Hey everyone, back with another helmet. This one was requested by a fellow YouTuber. This is the Swedish M26 helmet. They adopted this pattern in 1926. They had a previous pattern, but they made some modifications to it, and we're going to focus on this one for this video. These were used by Sweden from 1926 till, I guess, the 70s, because they actually updated this version with a newer liner, but I'm just going to kind of show you what this thing looks like, you know, from a 360-degree perspective. I got it on a little stand here. I'll take it off in a second to show you the liner and stuff. This is just one that I pulled from random stock. I sell these on my website. They're all in really good condition. Might have a few scuffs like that, but I mean, that's pretty expected for being stored for 40, 50, 60, possibly 70 years. And, yeah, they got kind of a cool design. Built sturdy, just like the old helmets of pretty much every country. They're pretty lightweight. I mean, they're just like your typical steel helmet. They weigh about 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds. This is what the liner looks like. It's got the 3-pad system, just like the earlier European helmets. This one looks to be either unissued or just refurbished at some point, but it was refurbished before 1965, because in 65 they took all the leather liners out and put the M1 style webbing in, kind of like the Portuguese helmets and various other helmets at the time. That they were still using the shell model, but they replaced the liner for a cheaper and more easily replaceable liner system. The leather's pretty good. And these vary in condition quite a bit, but most of them look like this, with the leather being still pretty stiff as it's new. They've got the pillows underneath. You can kind of see those, so they provide some padding. They're adjustable via the drawstring. I mean, I have a melon head. It's about a 59.5, and I can get these to fit just fine. LI 69, I have no idea what that means. Quite a few of the helmets that I sell have that stamped right there in the liner. Or, not in the liner, on the inside of the shell. Maybe it's the year, but again, I would assume that they, you know, would have put a different liner in here if it was made in the 60s. There is a stamp on this one, 69M, so maybe that's the factory designation or what have you for, you know, this particular helmet being made. I don't know. This is in extremely good condition. They're a pretty cool design. I mean, they're pretty simple. They provide a little protection, and I mean, I'm probably going to ballistic test one of these this year. They're pretty common yet uncommon, if that makes any sense. Some people have them, some people don't. They're not that expensive. I sell them for, I think, somewhere in the area of 35 bucks. They're a really neat piece of history because, you know, these were used for so long, and nobody really gives Sweden or any other Scandinavian country a lot of credit, you know, besides Finland, because most of them, excluding Denmark, didn't really fight. So Norway, they had their ordeal with the Germans, but, you know, after that was all settled, the large-scale fighting stopped. So, you know, they don't really get credit. The Swedes don't get credit because they didn't directly fight. The Finns get a lot of credit, rightfully so. Some of these were used by the Finns. It wasn't really a widely used helmet. They preferred a different model Swedish helmet, which I'll make another video on, and I'll post a link to. But, you know, these are just kind of really cool to have. They're all painted the field gray. It's kind of a matte finish. It's kind of rough. It's not like sawdust or cork or anything, but, you know, it's not shiny, glossy, which is pretty cool. So yeah, if you're thinking about picking one of these up, I would highly suggest getting one. You know, everything I sell, I keep one for my collection. It's not like I sell stuff just to make money and don't really care about what I have to offer. This is really cool. It's a piece of history. It's in great shape. It fills a gap in a collection with Scandinavian helmets, European helmets in general. This design was kind of not really, I don't want to say copied, but it influenced other designs like the Chinese PLA helmets, some of them that were designed in the middle part of the 20th century, etc. Some people say that the Japanese got their design from this. I don't know. They're similar, but they're not really the same. I mean, They bear a superficial resemblance to one another, so I cannot confirm or deny that, but that's what some people say. Anyway, a lot of people will be selling these as Japanese World War II helmets. The way you can tell the difference is obviously the rivets, the color, and the liner. The Japanese liners are different. And then if they take good enough pictures, you can see the stamp right there, 69, and I guess some of them will have the ink stamp as well. It's pretty much all I've got for the Swedish M26. It's a pretty basic helmet. Really neat piece of history, though. I love this stuff. I've been, when I was a kid, I always wanted one of these, but never had the money until I started working and ended up getting one. And then now I ended up selling them, which is, great because I love these things and I love selling. I love, dealing with people and answering questions and teaching people about history and having them get a passion for history too. As a result of being able to, physically hold a piece like this, it kind of puts it into perspective, and it, allows the person to relate more to, the soldier that was wearing this, and then they get more into history, want to do some more research, and it's just really interesting. And I like helmets a lot, and I like Swedish helmets. So I hope that was a decent enough little video. Kind of gave my opinion on it. They're really cool, and like I said, they're in my shop. They're not that expensive. Great addition to your collection, or just to have. So, thanks for watching, and I'm going to go post up some more videos.